Good evening, patrons. Welcome to the recording studio, the office, for this long overdue show update. Sort of been in the weeds lately. I'll get into that later. But I've got a lot of exciting stuff about what you can look forward to in the weeks and months to come from the show, as well as discussing what you just heard. So let's kick it off. A few things I wanted to discuss. Coffee, eggs, breadcrumbs, cheese, peanuts. Wrong side of the list. Okay, so you just heard the start of the new arc, the, for now, titled God Help the Wicked. The start of this campaign by the B Team. I am calling them. No one's calling them that. They're not called the B Team, but they are a team assigned to breaches. So that's just how I think of them, you know? I wanted to sort of establish the team, the professional side of it, before we deal in the wild cards. Rabbi Schechter and Jean, who will be front and center in the next episode, which is under construction behind me right now, and I'm pretty fucking stoked about it. One thing that is new in the last couple of episodes, with the War Council, and now this one, are the annotations done by Marianne Simpson. I've talked to a couple of patrons who find them helpful. Do you find them helpful? Do you find them distracting? I just feel at this point there's such a labyrinthian show history that it is hopefully an unobtrusive way to put in little mini lore dumps and callbacks to refresh everybody's memory. Like, I think it works. Jamie thinks it works, but it's her voice. Of course she thinks it works, right? All right. And this is just kicking things off. This is a whole arc that, let me show you, not in specific. Look at this huge fucking page and all these notes. All the pieces matter with the suicide bomber here, and leading to God Complex and Mona versus Ginger, and all of this continuing. Our B team is over here, and everything is going to come together, hopefully, at the red carpet premiere for the Hand Collector movie, something that was also set up in War Council. So I'm doing a lot of long-term planning here. I've been doing a lot of long-term planning here, guys. And I want there to be some surprises. I want there to be some cameos from a lot of characters, maybe some you haven't heard of in a while, in which the annotations will come in clutch. I also want to introduce a couple of new elements and derivations of things that have happened in the past. So don't think this is just going to be a victory lap of, hey, we went to Manzarek, and now we're going to Trapdoor Spider, and then we go to Briscoe, and then we go here, and then we go here. We're not going to do an episode unless I think it's fresh and interesting and has something to say and will be fucking entertaining. So I'm really excited about this whole upcoming arc, and then leading into the culmination of this long-delayed Hand Collector thing, which, that's just the way the process goes. It's organic. Sometimes it's slow and sloppy. It's the way it is. So, we've got that. And that's a big thing. That's going to be multi-episodes, a couple of different arcs, really, because this team is going to do some stuff, and then they're going to get the call to go help out Jack and the boys in Hollywood, and that is going to be, that's going to be a season closer, maybe a two-parter, maybe a three-parter, because we need to get back to Winifred Faye as well, you know? In any event, that's not going to be the only thing on the docket. We will be continuing the Hobo Chronicles. Huge, enormous shout out to patron Brett Jarbo, who has written all of these Hobo Chronicles episodes. I feel they're all good, but they've been getting better. The guy's really finding his voice, his vibe. I'm digging it, and there is more to come with Junior Washington. And hey, you know what? Just like with the annotations, I really want to hear back. If you have a problem with the Hobo Chronicles, or you love the Hobo Chronicles, or if you're indifferent, I'd love to hear what people think. Myself and Brett, a lot of the time, we're sort of working in a vacuum. We just go with the ideas that work. They work for us. And you may think that feedback, especially if you don't have something nice to say, you may think the feedback might not be helpful. But it actually is. Because I'm old enough to filter out, like, I never get any shitty comments at all. Like, even if something's shitty, nobody calls me out on it. So if you find something shitty, you don't have to be disrespectful. Let me know. I love knowing what people like and what people don't like, what works and what doesn't work. So, if something doesn't work for you, that can be valuable. Not as valuable as if you tell me you like me. All right, we're being silly here, boys. We've had a couple of drinks. So, we've got the B team. We've got more Junior Washington, which is going to sprawl, I think. Everything on this show sprawls, doesn't it? That doesn't mean that we're not going to have any Monster of the Week episodes. I've got a couple that are percolating on the back burner. One of which came from an offhand comment from a listener who talks to me all the time, but hasn't signed up for the Patreon. So, come on, Russ the Trash Man. Fucking join us, dude. Anyway, he mentioned something. He was talking about cannibals. He likes cannibals. He likes Obadiah Moncrief. I said, I don't walk back a real death. Obadiah died at 9 long knives. He's dead. And he made some sort of comment about city mouse, country mouse. Like a city cannibal, country cannibal. Which got me thinking about, although he's dead, maybe Obadiah, well, not maybe, because we've seen the family tree in Mad Dog Blood. There are more Moncriefs out there. There's that bloodline continues. So, fuck, I lost my train of thought. Yes. Country mouse, city mouse. So we've got a city cannibal, like a long-lost cousin or relative of Obadiah, who was raised in the city, like Atlanta, maybe. I'm thinking Atlanta, like white suit, the hat, the fucking mint julep, and he's like a big city boy, but very genteel. Also a cannibal, and I gotta write this down now that I'm thinking about it. That could be the person behind, like, the traveling gourmet cannibal chefs that we saw in The Secret of Ed Gein's Treasure. Yes. Yes. Thanks, guys. You really helped there. Anyway, city mouse, country mouse, maybe he inherits the traditional Moncrief family lands. Could be a good episode. Another one I'm kicking around is called Vampires Do Not Exist. It won't be a sequel to Zombies Do Not Exist, but it will tackle it will riff on a different legend in the same way. Because in our universe and Scary Home Companion world, there aren't zombies, there aren't werewolves, there aren't vampires. There are other things, but there aren't those things. So, I've got a friend of mine who's actually like a super crazy smart expert in blood work. So it gave me a riff on vampires. What if vampires were dumb because they just eat the blood like it's food? And vampires don't exist. In order to really benefit from the rich, tasty blood, you have to transfuse it into yourself. So we've got a killer that abducts people and slowly kills them by transfusing their blood into himself so that he can constantly re-nourish his hemophiliac blood. Another work in progress. I'm throwing everything out here just to see what sticks. Sometimes saying it out loud helps. By the way, if you're a patron watching this video and I haven't sent you a copy of this book, contact me. Send me an email through the Patreon or at scaryhomecompanion@gmail.com. I'll mail you a copy. If you're not a paid member, then hey, sign up. Get a copy of the book. I'll be really happy with you. Guys, thanks for listening to me ramble. I am coming out of a pretty serious bout of writer's block over the last few weeks. But I'm getting my groove back, which is why I thought it was important to make this video. I love you all. Thank you for your continued support and more great episodes to come.